When Michael, a 32-year-old lawyer, came home early because of the rain, he found his wife Kate with her boss in his living room. The betrayal broke his heart, but it was only the beginning. There are cunning plans ahead, unexpected allies, and a sweet revenge that will turn their lives upside down. Can Michael regain his dignity without breaking the law? Rain pounded against the windshield of Michael Harris's car as he drove back from the golf course, the gray Seattle sky mirroring his growing unease. At 32, Michael was a rising divorce attorney with a sharp mind and a steady hand, qualities that had earned him respect in the courtroom. Golf was his escape, a ritual he clung to every Saturday, but today the storm had cut it short. His wife, Kate, hadn't joined him in months, always citing vague excuses, work, friends, anything but him. He brushed it off, chalking it up to the ebb and flow of their 5-year marriage. But as he pulled into their driveway, something felt off. The house was quiet when he stepped inside, his shoes squelching on the hardwood floor. He dropped his keys on the counter and called out, "Kate? You home?" No answer. Then he heard it, a muffled laugh from the living room. His stomach tightened. He rounded the corner and froze. There, sprawled across their leather couch, were Kate and her boss, Ethan, tangled together under a thin blanket that barely covered them. Clothes littered the floor like evidence of a crime scene. For a moment, time stopped. Kate's eyes widened as she bolted upright, clutching the blanket to her chest. Ethan scrambled to his feet, fumbling for his shirt. Michael stood rooted to the spot, his mind racing, but his voice eerily calm. "Aren't you going to say something?" Kate snapped, her defiance cutting through the silence. Michael's gaze hardened. "Get out." Ethan didn't hesitate. He grabbed his shoes and bolted for the door, leaving a trail of awkward apologies. Kate, though, stayed put, her hands on her hips as if she could brazen her way out of this. "Michael, wait, we can talk about this. It's not what you think." "Not what I think?" He let out a bitter laugh, stepping aside to leave the door open. "Your stuff will be in the garage. I'll text you when you can pick it up. Now leave." Her face crumpled, tears welling up. "I don't have anywhere to go. It was a mistake, I swear, just one stupid moment." "Then go make more stupid moments with him," Michael said, his tone ice-cold. "I'm calling his wife next." Kate's bravado faltered. She grabbed her jacket and stormed out, muttering under her breath. The door slammed behind her, and the house fell silent again. Michael sank into a chair, staring at the spot where his marriage had just imploded. Rain battered the windows, a fitting soundtrack to the chaos in his head. But beneath the shock, a plan was already forming. He wasn't the type to lash out with fists or clubs. His weapon was the law, and he'd wield it like a blade. He pulled out his phone and scrolled through Kate's recent calls, finding a number he'd seen before. Ethan's wife, Lisa. If anyone deserved to know, it was her. He dialed, his pulse steadying with each ring. "Hello." Lisa's voice was cautious but firm. At 35, she was a software engineer, 8 months pregnant, and sharper than most people Michael had met. "Lisa, it's Michael Harris, Kate's husband. I just found her with Ethan. At our house." A pause. Then, "I knew it. I've suspected for weeks. Where are they now?" "Gone. I kicked them out. I'm guessing you're not surprised." "Not even a little," she said, her voice edged with steel. "I've seen the late-night texts, the work dinners. I was waiting for proof." "You got any?" "Not yet," Michael admitted. "But I will. I'm done playing nice." "Good. Meet me tomorrow, 10 a.m. at Brood Awakening on Pine Street. Bring whatever you've got. I'll bring what I've found. We're ending this together." Michael hung up, a flicker of grim satisfaction cutting through his anger. Kate and Ethan thought they'd gotten away with it. They were wrong. He spent the next hour boxing up Kate's clothes, her jewelry, her half-used skincare bottles, every trace of her life with him. With each item, his resolve hardened. This wasn't just about heartbreak. It was about justice. The next morning, the rain had eased to a drizzle as Michael walked into the cozy coffee shop. Lisa was already there, a tall woman with dark hair pulled into a messy bun, her pregnant belly unmistakable under a gray sweater. She waved him over, a laptop open in front of her. "Coffee's on me," she said, sliding a cup his way. "You look like you need it." "Thanks." He sat, taking a sip. "So, what VE you got?" She turned the screen toward him. "Ethan's been sloppy. I hacked his email. Don't ask how. It's legal enough. Look at this." Michael scanned the messages, flirty exchanges between Ethan and Kate, some dated months back. One from last week caught his eye. "Can't wait for Saturday. Im's golf day, house is ours." His jaw clenched. "They planned it," he said, voice low. "In my own damn house." Lisa nodded. And there's more. I checked our joint account. Ethan's been siphoning money for business trips. Probably whining and dining her. I've already locked him out of the rest. Smart. I'll do the same with Kate. He leaned back, mind spinning. We need hard evidence, something undeniable for the court. Agreed. I've got a lead, Kate's laptop. She uses it for work, but Ethan's been logging in too. If we can get it. Michael smirked. It's still at the house. She hasn't picked up her stuff yet. Lisa's eyes lit up. Perfect. Let's go tonight. I'll crack it open, figuratively, of course. We'll bury them with their own lies. As they finished their coffee, Michael felt a spark of something new. Hope. Maybe, or the thrill of a fight he knew he could win. Kate and Ethan had underestimated him. Soon, they'd regret it. The drizzle had turned into a steady patter by the time Michael Harris pulled up to his house that evening. Lisa Russell in the passenger seat of his sleek black sedan. The Seattle skyline loomed in the distance, its lights blurred by the rain-soaked air. Michael gripped the steering wheel a little tighter, his mind still reeling from the morning's revelations. Kate and Ethan's affair laid bare in flirty emails, planned around his golf days like some twisted game. Lisa, 8 months pregnant and radiating a quiet fury, stared out the window, her laptop bag slung over her shoulder. You sure you're up for this? Michael asked, glancing at her. It's late and I'm fine. She cut in, her voice sharp but steady. I've been waiting to nail Ethan for months. Let's do this. He nodded, respecting her resolve. They stepped out into the damp night, the air thick with the scent of wet pavement. Michael unlocked the front door, the house feeling emptier than ever without Kate's presence. Lisa followed him inside, her eyes scanning the space like a detective on a mission. Where's her laptop? She asked, setting her bag on the kitchen counter. Upstairs, in the office, Michael said, leading the way. She didn't take it when I kicked her out. Probably thought she'd waltz back in and grab it later. Lisa smirked. Her mistake. The office was a small room with a cluttered desk, Kate's domain, where she'd spent late nights working while Michael slept. He spotted the silver MacBook nestled among papers and pointed it out. Lisa wasted no time, sliding into the chair and flipping it open. Her fingers flew across the keys, bypassing the login screen with a few deft commands Michael didn't even try to follow. You're good at this, he said, leaning against the doorway. Years of coding, she replied without looking up. Plus, Ethan's not the only one who knows how to snoop. Got it. Her passwords, Seattle Rain 2023. Predictable. The screen lit up, revealing a desktop littered with files. Lisa's brow furrowed as she dug in, opening folders labeled Work and Personal. Michael hovered nearby, his stomach twisting with a mix of dread and anticipation. He wasn't sure what he wanted to find. Proof to bury Kate, or some slim chance she'd been telling the truth about it being just one mistake. Here, Lisa said suddenly, her voice tight. She clicked on a hidden folder titled Memories. Inside were dozens of video files, each with timestamps stretching back 6 months. She opened one, and Michael's breath caught. There, on the screen, were Kate and Ethan, laughing, kissing, half-dressed in what looked like a hotel room. The audio was muffled, but Kate's voice came through clear enough. Michael's out till 5. We've got hours. Lisa paused the video, her face a mask of disgust. They recorded themselves. Like it's some damn trophy collection. Michael's fists clenched. 6 months. She lied to my face this whole time. She's not the only one, Lisa said, scrolling through more files. Ethan's in every one of these. Look at this. Dates match his business trips. He's been draining our savings for this. How much? Michael asked, his lawyer instincts kicking in. At least 10 grand, she said, pulling up a banking app on her phone. I locked him out this morning, but he's already spent it. Hotels, dinners, gifts, probably for her. Michael paced the room, anger simmering beneath his calm exterior. We've got them. These videos are gold in court. Adultery, premeditation, the works. They won't wiggle out of this. Lisa nodded, burning the files onto a USB drive. I'll keep digging. If there's more, I'll find it. But we need to secure this, legally. Already on it, Michael said, pulling out his phone. I've got a contact, Detective Kelly Jensen. She owes me a favor from a case last year. I'll drop this off tonight, get it logged as evidence. Chain of custody stays clean. Good, Lisa said, ejecting the USB. Because Ethan's not above playing dirty. He called me this afternoon, tried to guilt me into working things out. Said it was a one-time thing, too. Kate pulled the same stunt, Michael said, his voice darkening. Called me an hour ago, begging to come home. Said it was just a kiss. Lisa snorted. They're delusional. Or they think we're stupid. Both, Michael said, grabbing his keys. Let's move. I'll handle the drop-off. You get some rest. You're carrying enough already. She gave a small, tired smile, resting a hand on her belly. Deal. But tomorrow, we plan the next step. They're not getting a dime. An hour later, Michael stood in the dimly lit precinct, handing the USB to Kelly Jensen. The detective, a no-nonsense woman in her 40s, raised an eyebrow as she sealed it in an evidence bag. This better be legit, Harris, she said, scribbling a receipt. I'm not your personal storage unit. It's airtight, he assured her. Adultery evidence for a divorce case. Just hold it till I need it in court. She grunted, locking it in her safe. Fine, but you owe me coffee next time. Done, he said, pocketing the receipt. As he stepped back into the rainy night, a weight lifted. The proof was secure, and Kate's lies were unraveling faster than she could spin them. The next morning, Michael's phone buzzed as he brewed coffee. It was Kate again. He hesitated, then answered, keeping his tone neutral. Michael, please, she started, her voice trembling. I messed up, okay? It was one time. I swear I've never done anything like this before. Let me come home. He let her ramble, each word stoking the fire in his chest. When she paused, he spoke, slow and deliberate. One time, huh? Funny, because I've got 6 months of videos that say otherwise. Silence. Then what? You're bluffing. Am I? He said, a cold edge creeping in. You'll find out soon enough. Stay away from the house, Kate. We're done. He hung up before she could respond, his heart pounding. She'd underestimated him. Thought he'd cave like he always had when she turned on the tears. Not this time. By noon, he met Lisa at her sleek downtown apartment, a space cluttered with baby gear and tech gadgets. She looked exhausted but determined, a fresh stack of printouts in hand. Found more, she said, sliding the papers across the table. Receipts from Ethan's credit card, dinners at places Kate loves, and a text from her last week. Can't wait to ditch the golf widow act. They've been laughing at us. Michael's jaw tightened. They're not laughing now. But we've got a problem. Ethan called me this morning, too. He's threatening to sue us both. Claims we're conspiring against them. Lisa's eyes narrowed. Let him try. We've got the truth, in those videos. He's got nothing but lies. Exactly, Michael said, leaning forward. We stick to the plan. Divorce filings tomorrow, evidence ready. They'll fold, or they'll lose everything. As the rain tapped against Lisa's window, their alliance solidified. Kate and Ethan had lit the match, but Michael and Lisa were about to burn their world down. Legally, ruthlessly, and without a shred of mercy. The Seattle morning dawned gray and restless, the kind of day that promised trouble. Michael Harris sat at his kitchen table, nursing a black coffee, the bitter taste matching his mood. At 32, he'd seen plenty of messy divorces in his career as an attorney, but living one was a different beast. The USB of Kate and Ethan's incriminating videos, 6 months of their affair captured in smug, reckless detail, sat locked in Detective Kelly Jensen's safe, a legal grenade waiting to blow their lies apart. Yesterday's alliance with Lisa Russell, Ethan's pregnant wife, had solidified their plan: file for divorce, present the evidence, and watch their cheating spouses crumble. But a new wrinkle had emerged, and it gnawed at him. His phone buzzed, shattering the quiet. Ethan's name flashed on the screen. Michael's jaw tightened. He'd ignored the last call, but curiosity won out. He answered, voice flat. What do you want, Ethan? Cut the crap, Michael. Ethan snapped, his tone a mix of bravado and panic. You and Lisa think you're slick, teaming up to screw us. I'm filing a lawsuit. Conspiracy, defamation, the works. You'll regret this. Michael leaned back, a cold smile tugging at his lips. Go ahead. Sue us. See how far your lies get you in court. You've got nothing. Ethan shot back. Kate told me you're bluffing about evidence. One kiss doesn't prove a damn thing. One kiss. Michael's laugh was sharp. I've got hours of you two proving otherwise. Keep digging your hole. Ethan sputtered, then hung up. Michael set the phone down, adrenaline surging. The threat was a desperate swing, but it meant Ethan and Kate were rattled, and that made them dangerous. He texted Lisa. Ethan's threatening to sue. Says we're bluffing. We need to move fast. Her reply came in seconds. He's scared. Meet me at my place, now. I've got something. 30 minutes later, Michael stood in Lisa's apartment, the faint hum of a baby monitor underscoring their urgency. She looked worn but fierce, her dark hair tied back, a stack of papers and her laptop spread across the table. She slid a printout toward him, her eyes glinting. Ethan's dumber than I thought, she said. He emailed Kate from his work account. Details about a weekend getaway next month. Signed it, Love, E. If that's not premeditation, I don't know what is. Michael scanned the email, his pulse quickening. This ties it to his job. If he used company resources, we could drag his employer into this. More pressure. Exactly, Lisa said. And there's more. I cross-checked the video dates with his expense reports. Every business trip lines up with a hotel charge, and a matching clip of them together. Sloppy, Michael said, shaking his head. We've got enough for an at-fault divorce. They'll lose everything. Assets, alimony, Ethan's custody shot. Lisa nodded, but her expression shifted. Problem is, he's not bluffing about the lawsuit. I got this an hour ago. She handed him a letter, legal letterhead, Ethan's signature, claiming Michael and Lisa had fabricated evidence to ruin their reputations. It demanded they drop their divorce filings or face a countersuit. Michael's eyes narrowed. He's got no proof, just hot air. But it'll slow us down if he files first. Then we beat him to it, Lisa said, tapping her laptop. I've drafted my divorce papers. Full custody, no support, everything. You. Ready, Michael said. We file today, get the videos into evidence tomorrow. He can sue all he wants. Truth trumps his garbage. A knock at the door interrupted them. Lisa frowned, checking her phone. Not expecting anyone. She opened it, revealing Kate, disheveled, eyes red, clutching a coat against the drizzle. Michael, Kate said, spotting him. I need to talk. Alone. Lisa crossed her arms. Anything you say to him, you say to me. Kate ignored her, stepping inside. I'm begging you, call this off. I'll do anything. It was a mistake, a stupid fling. I don't want Ethan, I want us. Michael stared at her, the woman he'd loved for 5 years now a stranger. Her tears didn't move him. They just stoked the fire. A fling, he said, voice low. 6 months of videos isn't a fling. You planned it, Kate. Laughed about it. You're done. She flinched, desperation creeping in. You don't have videos. You're lying to scare me. Am I? He pulled out his phone, showing the receipt from Kelly. Sealed with the police. Dated, time-stamped, undeniable. Walk away, or it all comes out. Kate's face paled. She opened her mouth, then closed it, tears spilling. You're ruining me over this? You ruined yourself, Michael said, stepping back. Get out. She lingered, then fled into the rain. Lisa shut the door, exhaling. She's cracking. Ethan's next. That afternoon, they filed at the courthouse, a quiet satisfaction settling over Michael as the clerk stamped their papers. Divorce proceedings were underway. Kate and Ethan would be served by morning. But as they left, Lisa's phone pinged. She froze, showing him the screen. A text from an unknown number. Drop this, or we'll make it ugly. You're not the only ones with dirt. Michael's got twisted. They're bluffing again. They've got nothing. Maybe, Lisa said, her voice tight. But I checked Ethan's laptop last night, remote access. He's been searching for a PI. They're digging on us. Let them, Michael said, his resolve hardening. We're clean. They're not. Tomorrow, we bring the videos to court. End this before they twist it. Lisa nodded, but her hand rested protectively on her belly. If they come for my kid, I'll bury them deeper. They won't get the chance, Michael promised. As they parted, the rain picked up, drumming a tense rhythm. Ethan's lawsuit loomed, and Kate's pleas echoed in his mind. They were cornered animals now, lashing out. But Michael and Lisa held the winning hand, and they weren't folding. Back home, he pored over the evidence, double-checking every detail. Then his phone rang, an unknown number. He answered cautiously. Michael, it's me. Kate whispered, her voice trembling. Ethan's losing it. He's hired someone to follow you. Says he'll prove you're with Lisa. Please, stop this. I'll leave him, I swear. He paused, her fear almost convincing. Almost. Too late, he said. You picked your side. See you in court. He hung up, staring out at the storm. The game had shifted. Ethan was scrambling, and Kate was breaking. Tomorrow, The truth would hit like a hammer, and no amount of threats could stop it. The Seattle courthouse loomed under a slate-gray sky, its stone facade as unyielding as the truth Michael Harris carried inside. At 32, he'd argued plenty of divorce cases, but today he was the plaintiff, armed with a USB of Kate and Ethan's affair videos, 6 months of betrayal locked in police custody. Beside him stood Lisa Russell, 35 and steely-eyed despite her pregnancy, clutching her own file against Ethan. Yesterday's threats, Ethan's lawsuit, a mysterious text, Kate's pleas, hung heavy, but they'd filed first. Today, they'd finish it. Inside, the courtroom buzzed with quiet tension. Kate sat with her lawyer, a nervous young guy in a cheap suit, her face pale and drawn. Ethan slumped beside his own counsel, avoiding Lisa's glare. Judge Emily Thorne, a no-nonsense veteran, took the bench, her sharp gaze sweeping the room. "Mr. Harris, Mrs. Russell," she began, "you're alleging adultery with intent. Let's hear it." Michael's attorney, a seasoned woman named Claire, stood. "Your Honor, we have video evidence, multiple instances of infidelity predating the separations, recorded by the defendants themselves. It's with Detective Jensen, sealed and time-stamped." Kate's lawyer shot up. "Objection. We haven't seen this supposed evidence. It's a bluff." "Sit down," Judge Thorne snapped. "If it's sealed, we'll verify it. Call your witness." Michael nodded to Claire, who summoned Kelly Jensen. The detective strode in, her expression flat as she handed over the evidence bag. "Received this from Harris 3 days ago," she said, voice clipped. "Locked in my safe since. Untouched." Ethan's lawyer, a sweaty man with a comb-over, tried to interrupt. "How do we know it's authentic?" Kelly shot him a withering look. "Chain of custody's intact. Check the log." Judge Thorne waved them off. "I'll review it privately. Recess, 30 minutes. As she left, Michael caught Kate's eye. She mouthed, "Please," but he turned away. Lisa leaned in, whispering, "They're sweating." "Good." The wait stretched taut, the room thick with anticipation. When Thorne returned, her face was stone. She didn't sit, just stood, holding the USB like a loaded gun. "I've seen the footage," she said, voice cutting. "Multiple instances, spanning months, with clear intent. Ms. Wendell, Mr. Carter, you lied under oath, claiming no prior relationship. That ends now." Kate's lawyer stammered, "Your Honor, wait." "Quiet," Thorne barked. "Mr. Harris, your terms?" Claire stepped forward. "Full dissolution, 90% of assets to my client, no alimony. Ms. Wendell keeps minimal personal effects." Thorne nodded. "Granted." "Ms. Wendell, you're ordered to repay $5,000 of joint funds spent during the affair, plus Mr. Harris's legal fees." Next case. Ethan's turn came fast. Lisa's attorney presented the same videos, paired with bank records. "Full custody to my client," he said. "No support. Mr. Carter forfeits rights." Ethan's lawyer tried a weak defense. "This is excessive." "Excessive." Thorne cut in. "Your client abandoned a pregnant wife for this. Custody to Mrs. Russell, assets split 95-5, legal fees on Mr. Carter." "Done." The gavel slammed. Kate buried her face in her hands. Ethan stared blankly, and their lawyers scrambled for excuses. Michael and Lisa exchanged a glance, victory, hard-won and sweet. Outside, rain misted the air as they stepped into the plaza. Lisa exhaled, a rare smile breaking through. "They're done. No house, no money, nothing." Michael nodded, relief washing over him. They swung and missed. "Ethan's lawsuit is dead without a leg to stand on." A shout interrupted them, Kate, rushing over, tears streaking her face. "Michael, you can't do this. I've got nowhere to go." "You made your choice," he said, voice steady. "Live with it." She froze, then fled. Ethan lingered nearby, yelling at his lawyer before storming off. Lisa watched, then turned to Michael. "Think they'll fight?" "Nope," he said. "They've got no cards left." As they walked away, Lisa's phone buzzed, a text from the unknown number. "You'll regret this." She showed Michael, her jaw tightening. "Empty threats," he said. "We've already won." She nodded, pocketing it. "Let's celebrate coffee, my treat. We earned it." The rain eased as they headed off, the weight of betrayal lifting with each step. Kate and Ethan had gambled and lost, legally, publicly, completely. The Seattle skyline shimmered faintly through the morning mist, a quiet promise of renewal after weeks of storm and strife. Michael Harris, now 32 and freshly unshackled from his marriage to Kate, stood outside his new office, a modest space downtown with a view of Puget Sound. The divorce ruling yesterday had been a clean sweep. 90% of the assets, no alimony, and Kate left with crumbs. Lisa Russell, his unexpected ally, had scored her own victory, full custody of her unborn child, and Ethan was gutted financially. Their cheating spouses had crashed and burned, legally torched by their own arrogance. But as Michael unlocked the door, a flicker of unease lingered, the anonymous text from yesterday, "You'll regret this." Inside, the office smelled of fresh paint and possibility. He traded the house for this, a new start free of Kate's shadow. His phone buzzed. Lisa. He answered, smiling. "Morning, champ," she said, her voice warm. "Survived the night?" "Barely," he joked. "You. Better than ever. Baby's kicking like she knows we won. Coffee later?" "Deal," he said. "My treat this time." As he hung up, a delivery arrived, furniture he hadn't ordered. A note read, "From Lisa and Bump, congrats on the new gig." A sleek desk and leather chair replaced his old IKEA picks. He laughed, texting her, "You're too much." Her reply, "You deserve it." By noon, Lisa arrived, cradling a coffee and a grin. She was due any day, her strength unshaken by Ethan's betrayal. They sat, the city humming outside, and swapped war stories. "Kate called last night," Michael said, sipping his drink. "Begged for $50. Said she's crashing on a friend's couch." Lisa raised an eyebrow. Ethan, too, left a voicemail whining about his car payment. "I deleted it." "Good riddance," Michael said. "They've got nothing left to throw." The courthouse had stripped them bare, Kate repaying $5,000, Ethan stuck with Lisa's legal fees. Their countersuit had collapsed when the videos hit, exposing their lies. Judge Thorne's ruling was a moral gavel. Cheaters don't win. Lisa leaned back, thoughtful. "That text yesterday still bugs me." "Think they'll try something?" "Doubt it," Michael said. "They're broke and humiliated. Probably just Ethan flexing his last shred of pride." She nodded, but her eyes stayed sharp. "If they do, we're ready." Their alliance had morphed into something deeper, trust forged in fire. Over weeks, they'd leaned on each other, Michael painting her nursery, Lisa teaching him to cook beyond takeout. Yesterday's win was theirs, shared and solid. Days later, Lisa went into labor. Michael rushed to the hospital, rain streaking the windshield, a familiar echo of the night he'd found Kate. This time he stayed, holding her hand through the chaos. When little Ava arrived, tiny, perfect, with Lisa's dark hair, he felt a pang of something new. Not just relief, but belonging. "Meet your godfather," Lisa said, passing Ava to him. He took her, awkward but odd, her warmth melting the last of his bitterness. "Uncle Mike," he murmured, grinning. "Has a ring to it." Life settled into a rhythm. Michael's firm took off, divorce cases, mostly his own story fueling his edge. Lisa worked remotely, Ava napping nearby. They traded dinners, laughed over baby milestones, and slowly, walls came down. One night, over wine at her place, she caught him staring. "What?" she asked, smirking. "You're incredible," he said, simple and accurate. "Through all this, you never broke." She shrugged, a blush creeping in. "Had a good partner in crime." Their hands brushed, and neither pulled away. It wasn't rushed or forced, just right, like the intersecting lives they'd built. No grand declarations, just a quiet shift into something more. Months later, word trickled back. Kate and Ethan had imploded. They tried shacking up, but it crumbled fast. Kate worked odd jobs, and Ethan dodged debt collectors. A final call came from Kate, her voice thin. "Michael, I'm sorry," she said. "I lost everything." "You lost it long before the divorce," he replied calmly. "Take care, Kate." He hung up, no anger left, just closure. Outside, the rain had stopped, sunlight breaking through. Lisa and Ava waited at the park, a picnic spread out. He joined them, Ava tugged his finger, and Lisa's smile lit the day. They turned betrayal into triumph, not with fists or vengeance, but with truth and time. Kate and Ethan reaped their consequences, alone and adrift, while Michael and Lisa found a future worth fighting for.